Hello again, Lockpicking Paul here. And what I've got tonight is a rather contrasting pair of master padlocks. One of these is cheap, costs about £8 in the UK. One of them costs about 30. I've seen them go for as much as 40 online. And the one that's more expensive has a security rating of 8 out of 10. The one that's cheaper only has a security rating of 5 out of 10. And one of them is actually really rather good. The other one, well, it's really rather appalling. And in fact, it's so bad, I actually think it needs a bit of a public warning, because it actually doesn't do really any security at all. So the cheap one is this. It's a Master Lock 2750D. It's an old English style padlock with 4 levers. Actually, it's reasonably robust construction. It is, I don't think it can be bypassed. I've tried, can't get anything out of it. Has to be picked, and it puts up quite a good fight for a pick as well. In fact, I've got some really quite expensive lever locks, very good makes, and they don't put up anywhere near as good a fight as this does. So actually, it's quite an impressive lock. This thing's just appalling. And the problem with this one is not the actual body construction of the boron carbide shackle, which is considerably thicker. It's the core. The core is so unbelievably weak. It's a surprise. I have picked this single pin, I've raked it, I've zipped it, I've used a bent piece of metal, I've used a straight piece of metal. In fact, it's getting quite hard to find something that won't open this lock. And people are protecting their property with it. And I can understand if a lock had some security pins and made an effort to do some protection, but when you see how easy this is to get into, it's frankly shocking. This, however, is really quite a lot better. Now, if they put this kind of strength shackle on this kind of construction padlock, maybe beefed up the steel on the actual body of a lock, but what they'd have is really quite an impressive padlock. They really should do that, because they'd have something quite good. But let's just start with, let's get the bad news out of the way to start with, and we'll see where we go from there, shall we? So I stick tension wrench in the bottom of the keyway, and I'm just going to use simple wave rake, just jam it in the top of the lock, and there you go. Took 2 attempts, but that just opened right up. That is just, frankly, there's no excuse for that. None. What a junk. Now let's pick this. Because this actually, I am genuinely reasonably impressed with. You need sort of moderate tension. I do on this one. I've heard that some people have got ones that need a lot more tension. Oh, there you go. That actually was the fastest I've ever picked it. It's still comparable to things like an ERA 975, which costs 70 or 80 pounds. So, you know, I know master bashing is a bit of a thing. But I don't think this lock deserves a bashing like that lock does. Because it's perfectly reasonable lever lock. Anyway, so take that as a public health warning. If you are genuinely using a lock like this is the MX, is it the MX? M50 XD, I think they call it. There's a 40 as well. Bin it. Go and get something that actually locks up. Maybe even buy the master padlock. It'll be better. All right, that's it for tonight. I hope you enjoyed that. Enjoy your picking.